Daddy, I ready to do my slide. Daddy.
What?
I'm ready to do my slide. Daddy, I'm ready to do my slide. You can do your fun.
So 2nd and 10. And the Tide swarm the backfield, and they drop Sermon for a loss. That was Isaiah Buggs.
And there it is. He's head up on a freshman. Keep in mind, this is a freshman. Quinton Williams, right here, just disrupts the play. In fact, he puts the left guard, Ben Powers, on his back.
3rd and long, and it's a downfield shot. This is Brown, but it's overthrown. He was closely covered there by Jared Maiden. And
they really haven't even tried to start the running game. And we can talk about Murray all we want, but if you've watched Oklahoma, in the Lincoln Riley system, it's more about the running game with Sermon and Brooks on early downs to get their tempo going, to be able to put them in position, to be able to be aggressive with their passing game, play action. And right now, they're more about the pass and on the perimeter than they are about trying to run the ball, and because they're losing the battle up front.
They forced Brown to just alter his route enough that he couldn't catch up to the football. Waddle is healthy and out there, makes a fair catch on that punt. And Bama back to work from their 38 of 14.
Building a better bank starts with looking at something old and saying, really? So Capital One is building something completely new. Capital One Cafes. Inviting places with people here to help you, not sell you. And savings and checking accounts with no fees or minimums, because that's how it should be. You can open one from right here or anywhere in 5 minutes. Seriously, 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
I hear it in the background. She's watching it too, saying, and this is where I'll see you next week.
Seen that before. We're all fans of something. A team. A show.
You have a million reasons to be proud.
Thank you so much.
A character.
We're gonna win.
And TV
It's such a good show.
is where fans are born. Players become heroes. Characters become family. It's where spectators become teammates. Because with live TV,
Nobody's ever done that in competition.
anything is possible. And it's never been.
Next one, I do eyeliner. Do the black one. Daddy, do you know how to do the eyeliner? Daddy, do you know how to do like this? Daddy, do you know how to do this? Like. Daddy,
Jalen Hurts ended up bringing the Crimson Tide back to win that game 35-28. What an incredible story of Jalen Hurts and his perseverance. Just a great teammate and a guy, he got his opportunity in the biggest stage to save Alabama's season. So that may be the mayhem moment of the year, not just of the day.
Game-winning touchdown runs, a play they called. But the Tua show continues, and they feed Najee Harris, who's knocked down for a 6-yard gain. Maria.
Well, Chris, we heard Kirk talk a little bit about the heat and how it could affect this game. Here on the Alabama sideline, I can see the trainers going to ice towels and putting them on top of the heads of players, and also a lot of guys using oxygen. Isaiah Buggs came over and needed it. Damian Harris, as he got back on the exercise bike. And Nick Saban said it takes the big guys a little bit longer to get back into playing shape, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that as they try to get ready on the sidelines to go in, guys.
Maria, imagine the feeling on the Oklahoma side, though. Down a couple scores, and Tua looking for more. Deep shot. Judy catches it at the 15-yard line. The South Florida native makes a big play.
Well, you leave them one-on-one, and this is what can happen. Trey Norwood on the inside, 13, has moved to the safety spot, and it's Jerry Jeudy, the top receiver in the country, one to Biletnikoff. Alabama's been coming up with big plays all year in the passing game. It's tough to leave these guys one-on-one, and Jeudy makes them pay for it. And by the way, Tua has not missed a pass, now 7 of 7.
But Jalen Hurts is a quarterback, and Tua is split out wide left. They call this the Aqua personnel group. First snap for the hero in the SEC championship game. Sooners bring pressure. Ball out quickly to Harris, who's got blockers. And he barrels down for another first goal.
You could hear the reaction from the crowd. The Alabama fans excited to see number 2 get a chance to get back there. And right away, I'm sure Oklahoma sees Jalen Hurts, and they're thinking, old Jalen Hurts, maybe he's going to run the football. But no, he gets the ball out quickly, gives Damian Harris a chance out in space where it's tough for Oklahoma, with blockers out there to slow him down. First and goal.
Only one football. Every member of this Tide offense wants it right now because it looks like whoever gets it's going to score. Hurts sliding to his left, lowers the shoulder, and still driving down near the 1. They can't quite push the pile to the end zone, but they got close.
And he also had help from his lineman. But that's legal. You can push the ball carrier from behind. It looks like Lester Cotton, the senior, was involved in there. Damian Harris trying to help him out.
Hurts comes out now.
A couple nice plays for Jalen Hurts. Gets a congratulations from Scott Cochran, the strength coach, Nick Saban.
We'll see more of him. Boy, this is tracking.
Yeah, I think we might.
Smith in front of Harris, who gets it. And scores standing up for a second time. The Tide pouring it on in Miami. Three possessions, 3 touchdowns, Kirk, and the total yards stand at 191-0 at the moment.
Yeah, they're in command, obviously, this game, and could not ask for much more from their offense. Doing a really good job. Mike Loxley, the offensive coordinator, and his staff have put together a heck of a plan. These players are executing it. 12 runs, 8 passes, but mainly it's been the passing game with what Tua and these receivers have done.
7 for 7 from Tagovailoa for 148 yards, had the 60-yard play on the opening play to Devontae Smith. That drive was keyed by a 40-yard catch by Jerry Jeudy. Whatever they're calling, whoever's getting the ball, it's hugely successful.
Now what do you do if you're Oklahoma? I mean, you've been here and done that, but again, you're playing a team right now that's hitting on all cylinders, has an incredible amount of confidence going right now in this game, and you look at these numbers, and you got to start somewhere. I'll go back to this. There's such a long game. They've not been able to get anything going, and I'm telling you, it's more about them running the ball than it is about the passing game and Kyler Murray. That's how they get their offense, their rhythm going, and they're getting whipped up front by Quentin Williams and that defensive front from Alabama. But I think that's what they have to do. They've got to go back to trying to run the ball.
Last time the Tide played in this building, you might remember it. It was a first-round knockout of Notre Dame.
Yeah,
the BCS championship.
Feels a lot like that.
Now the Sooners have a lot more explosive firepower than that Notre Dame offense did, but the hole is getting deeper by the minute. It's a short hit by Bulovas. It's going to bounce, and collecting it is TJ Pledger, and it's a short return. AT&T pylon cam right down the line at Harris's stand-up touchdown.
Yeah, Alabama moves the ball down. Damian Harris, this Alabama team feeling it. They run on that right side, and Damian Harris knows, watch this, he gives a message to the crowd. It's going to be a long night.
It's a long night early in the night for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Then Murray creates some magic, spark this team. Serious urgency in a first down pass attempt. Calcaterra, the tight end, makes a fingertip grab Oklahoma has a positive play and a first down.
That's a heck of a throw by Kyler Murray, and a great effort here by Calcaterra to go up and use his fingertips to make this catch. Every inch, 6'4", 221 pounds, replaced Mark Andrews this year, and he learned a lot of things from Mark. Makes a nice play.
Kennedy Brooks, sort of that freshman tailback tandem, barrels around right end, and he rips up 10 yards.
See, that's their game right there. And now they're going to try to probably go tempo. You got to get Alabama, who's been asserting themselves on their heels. Now they're looking more like Oklahoma on these back-to-back plays.
Lincoln Riley, of course, who is the play caller for the 4th season. In his 2nd year as head coach, Murray keeps it, and he stumbles as he tries to get away from Williams and around the edge and loses about 3.
Well, Dylan Moses stays home that time and forced Murray to cut to the outside, and he's so quick that time he out-quicked himself. Watch this. He's going to try to get outside of that block. Sees Dylan Moses right there, tries to get to the outside, following that block by Meyer, but loses his footing. Now 3rd down.
We're seeing things we haven't seen from him all season.
Yeah. I think he's pressing a little bit, trying to maybe live up to that hype of winning the Heisman.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Sooners on 3rd and 4. Murray from the pocket flips it incomplete. It was off the hands of Miles Teese on a crossing route, defended by McKinney, and now a 4th down decision near midfield.
Yeah, these Alabama players right now are dialed in. Tosh LaPoy, the defensive coordinator, first-year defensive coordinator, has these guys very well prepared. They're in position, making plays, and you can just tell, like I said, they're playing with confidence. And a team and a defense that knows what they're seeing and reacting, it's a team that's well prepared.
And Riley makes a decision, down 3 touchdowns in his own end of the field, goes for it on 4th and 4. Tide rush 4. Murray flips it into heavy traffic, incomplete. Deontay Thompson got in there, and the Tide make a stand.
Well, they did a good job of anticipating that quick throw over the middle. Watch Christian Miller, who's been normally a pass rusher. This time, he shows that he's going to rush, and then he drops to be able to take away anything underneath. Look how tight that window is. I mean, he was able to somehow get it in there to tease, but he couldn't even see the ball because of 3 Alabama defenders right around him.
Talk about an Oklahoma offense that moved the ball. Will average 578 yards, number 1 in total offense by far. And now, with 5 seconds to go in the quarter, it's Hurts back in the game. Split out left in a receiver position.
Take a shot here.
Hot pass to him. Jalen turns the corner. When he gets ahead of steam, he is tough to bring down. Everything working for the Crimson Tide, who set an Orange Bowl record. Is a scuffle there. Murray on that Alabama sideline trying to talk back, and the Tide, a lot more reason to talk in the first 15 minutes. It's an Orange Bowl record for first quarter points from one team. Harris finds the end zone twice. Tua, razor sharp, 21-zip after 1. You're watching the Capital One Orange Bowl on ESPN.
This season, keep your stories interesante, like Dos Equis, the beer whose label inspired the greatest comeback in history.
Authentic Mexican cerveza. 4.2% alcohol by volume. 1 gram protein, 0 gram fat.
Yeah, total coach.
12 fluid ounces.
Dos Equis, keep it interesante.
I'm Captain Obvious, and Hotels.com rewards me basically everywhere. So why am I sliding into this ski lodge with my mini horse? Because Hotels.com lets me do me. Sorry, the cold makes him a little hoarse. Hotels.com. You do you and get rewarded.
The boys are back.
Charlotte is my best friend.
This is very exciting. In the comedy event of the holidays.
Kate Holmes. Oh my
eyes on!
Watson, stop panicking!
Holmes and Watson, PG-13.
Shield annuities from Bright House Financial allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities with a level of protection in down markets, so you can be less concerned about your retirement savings. Talk with your advisor about Shield annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
Have you ever worked with Dr. Francis? Oh, yeah. He's okay.
Just okay?
Guess who just got reinstated? Well, not officially. Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. I'll see you in there.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5GE. More for your thing. That's our thing.
We all aspire to harness our power and change the world. Only a few of us ever do. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Lincoln Riley playing the role of a corner man whose fighter, Kirk, has been knocked down 3 times in the first round, trying to rally everybody. The injured guys are in that huddle.
Yeah, the entire team. And I think he senses, obviously, the urgency right here. They've not done anything to slow down Tua. They're on the verge of being down 28-0, unless somebody steps up and makes a play.
200 yards of offense for the Tide in the opening quarter. They brought Hurts in motion, fake it to him, and Jacobs plows ahead for a first down. The 31.
Tua is off to a great start. 8 of 8. We've seen a little bit of everything. The RPO on the very first play of the game. Run pass option. Linebackers came up. He made a great read. Recognition. Gets a one-on-one matchup with Jerry Jeudy. Takes it and throws the ball incredibly well with the accuracy here. Another great throw. Incredible catch by Ruggs. And this is something to see on that throw. They went low, and he was able to still make that accurate throw.
Tua's in the slot. Hurts has the football. He pitches it to Jacobs. That was a terrific play by Trey Brown off the corner.
Yeah, Trey Brown on a corner blitz, trying to bring a little bit of pressure, maybe trying to get after the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, but instead sees that quick pitch out to Josh Jacobs and able to set the edge to that defense.
Plenty of the aqua formation, and Mike Locksley is going to take over as Maryland's head coach after this playoff season. Some wrinkles early, Kirk.
Yes, and some wrinkles because he knows he can always go back to one-on-one chances out on the outside. You know, he pretty much has his entire playbook open right now, calling anything and everything.
The tight end motions into the backfield to block for Jacobs, who runs to the right. And this is a personal game for Jacobs. He's from Tulsa, not highly recruited. Oklahoma never really gave him a look. He came as a rare 3-star recruit to Tuscaloosa, and he has made it personal against the Sooners tonight.
Yeah, he has. I was talking to him at practice a couple days ago, and he was fired up, talking about how much he knows a lot of these players from that Tulsa area. Hey, I love him because most Alabama players are 5-star, 5-star, 4-star. This guy's a 3-star, didn't have hardly any other offers. I'm going to tell you something. If he decides to come out, he might be the top back drafted in the NFL draft. He is a special talent, number 8.
He's got the 3rd most carries among these running backs on this team. Tagovailoa, clean pocket, puts it in the flat. There goes Jacobs. Head of steam. Lowers the shoulder and scores. It is personal. It's emphatic. And it's incredibly lopsided.
We just talked about how this is a guy that has an excitement and an energy about him this week, knowing who he's going up against, but it's also his skill set. Watch the linebacker try to get out. He's in man-to-man. Watch the traffic. Well-designed play, man-to-man. He's slow to get out there. Jacobs has it, and now this is what's special. You saw a little bit of everything that Josh Jacobs has. Ability to go out, make the catch, speed out in the open space, and then the physicality and toughness to bang, lower his shoulder, and go right over the safety, Robert Barnes.
Who was still down on the field. Barnes is not a small guy. 6'2", 207, but so much momentum on Jacobs' side in that collision, and Barnes has paid the price. Maria.
Well, Chris, you guys talked about the fact that this game is personal right now for Josh Jacobs, but every single time he touches the football, it's personal. He actually spent some of his time homeless growing up as he and his 4 brothers and sisters lived with his father, and he worked to become financially stable. He always told himself that he was going to go to college and make a way for his family. He has a young son named Braxton who's at home in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now, and he grew up in a very rough neighborhood. He said he's lost 2 cousins over the last 3 months, and he wants people to know that someone great can come out of that city. So he's carrying on the legacy of his dad, Marty Jacobs, for his son, Braxton, and so far, so good tonight, guys.
Many sources of inspiration for that man tonight.
And I'll tell you, one of the more personable guys.
He's one of your favorite guys.
One of my favorite guys in the country, and has been for the last 2 years.
We met him way before he'd ever touched the ball for this team.
We'd see him in the weight room. He'd have an injury. He's kind of overcoming. We'd come in and say hello to him, and just would sit there and just one of those guys you just want to talk to, and has a big smile on his face. So that's a guy you pull for.
And the starting free safety does not look good as Barnes is helped off, favoring that right leg. Bulovas has been busy and accurate. The team that has missed 8 extra points this season. 4 for 4 tonight.
The Live My Student Section Selection Committee is not just about awarding the greatest student section in the world a cool trophy. We also want to give back to the fans who make college football what it is, the best sport in the entire universe. So, Taco Bell is once again giving the biggest games back to the students. We're bringing the home game atmosphere where it really counts and giving students tickets to the bowl season's premier games and the college football playoff. Check out livemystudentsection.com to learn more.
Sweat, dedication, cupcakes. I'm Michael Griffin.
I'm Brian Arakpo.
We played football together for the Titans.
Now, we own a cupcake shop. We bake, we decorate. I love this new Surface Pro. It's light, it's sleek, it's fast.
I'm able to draw and color frosting we want. We deal a lot with social media.
We have funny videos that we do in the bakery. There's nothing that you can't do on this device. Cupcakes are a great business.
Oh, yeah. As long as you don't eat the profits.
I'm your overly confident dog walker. I'd walk 100 dogs if my paws were big enough to hold all the leashes. But right now, all this fur is making it hard for you to see where I'm going. And your brickwork? The worst on the block.
What are you doing walking my dog? You're not Kevin.
I am today. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, well, paying for my medical bills is going to be rough. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Wow, did that just happen?
So this is their big idea, people?
I think human interaction is overrated, but this makes quite a bit of sense.
They literally just put real CPA people in their software. Why didn't I come up with that?
Why are we still clapping, by the way?
I don't know, but if I stop, people are going to think I'm jealous.
You get a CPA? You get a CPA? You get a CPA.
I like this guy's style.
TurboTax Live. Now it's CPAs on demand.
Want to stay up to date? Hey Siri, what bowl games are coming up?
At 1 p.m. Eastern, number 11 LSU scores up against number 8 UCF in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. That's all I got in my Siri impression. We're going to be in Pasadena, Washington, and Ohio State in the Rose Bowl, 5 o'clock Eastern time on New Year's Day, and then Texas and Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Another SEC Big 12 collision, and this one so far emphatically for the SEC.
Yeah. Georgia's probably watching this game, I would think.
Thinking, why not a rematch?
Some of us saw that a little earlier.
Trey Brown makes a fair catch. You can't play the what-if game.
I played the what-if. I'm first guessing, that's all.
Well, Kyler Murray has struggled 1 of 5, 18 yards, sacked a couple of times, and it's been unsettling. The impact has been obvious on him.
Yeah, I mean, this is as bad as it could go for Murray and this offense, and just watching them come out onto the field, they need a spark. I mean, somebody's going to have to make a play here, because I'm going to tell you something. If you're not familiar with Alabama, they don't feel sorry for you. They do not slow down until it's over.
And they flip it short. This is the catch made by Carson Meyer, and the big fullback off and rumbling. The former basketball player is a good athlete in space, shows that. He's set up inside the 40.
And we talked about how they need to do something. Watch him kind of disguise it, delay, and then comes across and then picks up that block right there. That was a big block by Kennedy Brooks that freed him up to pick up about another 15 or 20 yards, but a nice, slow, he did a good job of disguising that he was blocking and freed him up.
This is Brooks now as a runner. Hours for a short game. Carson Meyer was hoping after a season that produced 16 catches, he might be involved in some wrinkle plays tonight as the Tide look to take away Marquise Brown and CeeDee Lamb. By the way, they have so far.
Yeah, they have. You know, he's kind of in that role of Dimitri Flowers over the last couple of years. Blocks a lot, but can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Now gets Lamb downfield, jump ball, comes back and makes the catch, his first of the night as he beat the freshman Surtain.
And we've got a flag back close to the line of scrimmage. But that's what you want to see is CeeDee Lamb one-on-one against a true freshman, Surtain. A good job here of kind of pulling away, locating the ball. Surtain never had his head turned around to locate it. And I loved how Murray put it up high in the air to give Lamb a chance to adjust.
Holding. Defense. Number 33. That penalty is declined. Result of the play. First down.
Ball will be at the 2-yard line. Everyone was huddled back at the line of scrimmage, but on the Tide.
Yeah, Jennings actually tackled Jeremiah Hall, who ended up trying to release outside of him, and he just pulled him down right in front of an official, and he threw the flag, and obviously Oklahoma will take the play.
Less than a minute to move to the 2-yard line on this drive. Murray goes in motion. It's Sherman in a direct snap, and he walks right in. Sooner fans saying, where was that about half hour ago?
Yeah, but there's so much game left. I mean, 11:48 in the second quarter. This is what you need. We just talked about who's going to provide a spark for this team. And 4 plays and 75 yards, they go into the end zone, and there's some pushing and shoving. The flag actually down. I love the patience there by Trey Sermon before he took it into the end zone.
We talked about Oklahoma's DNA. It's a very proud program that doesn't fear any opponent. They've been embarrassed here, and they're chirping, and the Tide are chirping right back.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 71. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff. That is number 71's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
It's Bobby Evans, who comes from the same hometown as Murray, Allen, Texas.
And Bobby Evans gets tied up after the touchdown with Isaiah Buggs.
Here's Austin Seibert. Nobody's kicked more PATs in the history of the NCAA. He needs 5 points tonight to break the all-time career scoring record for kickers. Well, it comes 4 touchdowns behind, but that was quite a drive for OU.
It was. They had a nice pass to Meyer, the big throw down the field to CeeDee Lamb, and then the direct snap to Trey Sermon, who waits patiently, finds the hole in the backside to get the ball into the end zone for the touchdown. And we've got another flag that's come down.
That was well after the PAT. Already Oklahoma was going to have to kick off from the 20. Previous
try is good. After the play was over, dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 75 of the offense. That penalty will also be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
That's Drew Samia, so 2 different offensive linemen with 15-yard penalties.
And Samia looks like he's in with Dylan Moses, 32. And see, he came in high. They're pushing each other. That's a really good look at it. And that's right in your lap. Your family room
frustration. There. Sooners finally on the board, though.
And they're fighting back.
Now that I've got you here for a minute, or 2 actually, I've got to tell you something. With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase, every day.
My credit card only earns double miles on airline purchases.
Well, you earn double miles on this and on everything with the Venture Card.
Thanks. Hey, by the way, how'd you get in here?
Same way you did. Cross-checking.
Nice.
What's in your wallet? Oh, come on!
7:35 remaining. Tatum with the drive.
studies the best athletes to create the most advanced range of sports fuel. Gatorade. You fuel us, we fuel you.
Can you drive me to Jessica's house?
At Northwestern Mutual, this is what our version of financial planning looks like. Tomorrow's important, but so's making the most of the house before they're out of the house. Spend your life living. Find an advisor at northwesternmutual.com.
How much horsepower does this thing got?
Doing great, Dad. Looking good, babe.
Are you filming?
At Booking.com, we can't guarantee you'll be any good at that water jet thingy.
It's so good!
But we can guarantee the best price on a hotel like this one. Or any home, boat, treehouse, yurt, whatever. Get the best price on homes, hotels, and so much more. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
The Capital One Orange Bowl, brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. What's in your wallet? Gatorade Thirst Quencher, the proven sports fuel. Northwestern Mutual, spend your life living. And Booking.com, the proud accommodation partner of the Oklahoma Sooners and Alabama Crimson Tide.
Cap One Orange Bowl giving back to the community. That's the grand opening of the Orange Bowl field at Glaze Pioneer Park in Belle Glades. $3 million renovation, part of the Orange Bowl Committee's 5th legacy gift. Youth football down here, serious business from a very young age.
Your own 10.
I mean, Cyber creates a lot of touchbacks, but if he can reach the end zone from here, it's a good effort. Taken at the 20. Let's see, was it a fair catch call? Brian Robinson evidently waved his hand for some reason, even though Jacobs made the catch. That cost him some field position.
He sure did. He wanted to take off and try to get it at least maybe close to midfield.
Sooners
Lincoln,
very lucky to not be pinned back and take it over at midfield.
For sure. Lincoln Riley trying to get his team to buy in. Also Kyler Murray trying to do what he can to get his team fired in. It's actually Robinson, as you said there. Josh Jacobs saying, I got it. I'm taking this thing. Here's Kyler Murray after that touchdown talking to his offensive lineman like, let's go. Trying to ignite them.
Samia, a senior, you talked about the experience. Again, this group voted the top O-line of the country, and that's another source of inspiration for Bama's defense, and they didn't need it. Hurts in the game, in motion. Play action fake. Tagovailoa slings it downfield for Waddle, who can't quite catch up despite blazing speed. There was help for Brown from Norwood.
That's huge by Norwood because he was actually uptight. Recognized that Waddle's going downfield, and he's in the middle of the field. He's got to get back to try to help Brown out. That was a very good job of playing the middle of the field. Keep in mind, Trey Norwood's a corner. All year he's a corner, but because they don't have any safeties, they had to move him in a Big 12 championship game to that safety spot, and there he shows some pretty good instincts for a guy that hadn't played a lot of football at the safety.
And to double clutch it on the fake, and Ruggs is going to be tracked down for a loss by Caleb Kelly, the linebacker.
Good job of staying home. That time, Tua in this offense trying to catch him. Watch everybody on that offensive line going to the left. They try to catch him napping, out of position. Caleb Kelly is home. The rest of that defense, they leverage the football, and now they've got Tua and Alabama to 3rd and long. They've been playing zone on 3rd down. See if they disguise and try to bring pressure or sit back.
Tied 4 for 4 on 3rd down so far. Need 10. Sooners bring late pressure. Tagovailoa gets it out high, incomplete. Looking for Smith, and well defended by Brown. And the Sooners force a punt for the first time.
And that's what they needed. That's what this Oklahoma team needed. They needed a touchdown to stop the bleeding, and then they rely on this defense to come up with a stop. Trey Brown, pretty touchy, pretty tight coverage there. Does a good job, and Oklahoma's defense gets off the field. First time we've seen that all night.
punt. Only 38 punts all season long by this Alabama team. It's a low one, not particularly good. And taken on the fly by CeeDee Lamb. He had a head of steam, but he was stopped right there at the 50-yard line. Good tackle of his Ruggs flying down. Well, we saw Clemson Tigers booking their spot in the championship game Monday, January 7th here on ESPN. Presented by AT&T. Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Clemson and Bama perhaps for the fourth consecutive year in the playoff.
It's a big possession to me because of the way Oklahoma, how quickly they can score and how they've done that. If they're able to put another touchdown up on the board, now all of a sudden they start to really get some energy back after being down by 28.
This is Brown, his first chance at an offensive touch tonight, and he dropped it.
You know, he wants to play well here. I'm sure he's got a lot of family and friends from this region in Hollywood, Florida. Talked really the last month about his health and his status and whether or not he'd be able to play. You can see his head peeking up, trying to find out where Shaheem Carter was before he's able to hold on to the football.
Talking about a guy, Kirk, that has 7 receptions of more than 40 yards this season. 1,000-yard receiver. Not himself so far, mentally. Such a thing as being too keyed up to play in your home area.
And Lincoln Riley got there just before the snap and walked over to the official and called a timeout.
And you saw the play clock winding down. Murray didn't. Talked about the fact that this offense has faced urgent situations so often this season. Once again, down by 3 scores. They feel urgency.
Dumbo will be the greatest show the world has ever seen. Come with me. Into the future.
You're a miracle, Elephant Dumbo.
You ready? First tattoo?
Yeah.
Relax, amigo. It's gonna look okay.
Only okay?
No worries, boss. I'm one of the tattoo artists in the city.
You mean one of the best tattoo artists in the city, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to draw it first?
Stay in your lane, bro.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network, according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G, more for your thing. That's our thing.
My dad put a ball in my hand as soon as I could hold something. Then junior high, I just started thinking more and more about colleges, how realistic the dream could be.
You can't really script what this kid's been through. So invested in something that could be taken away just like that. He's had that feeling 3 times.
I've had a couple of bad injuries, but at the end of the day, the game's going to be over someday. I think being a champion is about persevering through the tough time. I feel like that'll be a successful life for me.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry for victory? What does victory taste like? What does victory taste like? It tastes like me! Because Outback is giving away free bloomin' onions if the SEC wins the Outback Bowl!
And coconut soup for everyone if the Big Ten wins!
Outback Steakhouse, Aussie rules.
Take my tea with a little bit of honey. I take my rain with a little bit of sunny. It's true what you read about moves. Did you sit your out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2? Count it in.
Aquaman is the #1 movie.
That's awesome.
It's an amazing achievement in superhero cinema.
This is gonna be fun.
Filled with pulse-pounding action and dazzling visual effects. Aquaman, rated PG-13.
Taco Bell and the college football playoff, bringing the best of the regular season to the playoff by creating a Taco Bell Live Más student section. Pick it up the tab for 500 students from each school for the Capital One Orange Bowl and the national championship game. So passionate young fans can enjoy the game. OU fans would enjoy things a whole lot more if their offense could cut into this lead. Ball at midfield. 2nd and 10. It's a flea flicker, gets it back from Sermon. Didn't have time, but he's got a whole lot of space. Can he make the man miss? Huge block against Mac Wilson, who just got blown up by C.D. Lamb.
C.D. Lamb, the receiver, he was watching Mac Wilson the whole way. First of all, the flea flicker, the discipline of the defense. Everybody's covered, but you got to account for Kyler Murray. Watch the block right here in the middle. Bang! Right there. That's a receiver on a middle linebacker. That's a dream shot for a wide receiver. It gives Murray enough room there to pick up the first down. Those kind of blocks can really ignite a team and get their emotions going. Good effort there by Lamb.
Leonard Williams, by the way, headed to the athletic training tent on the Alabama sideline. It's an option pitch, shades of old school Oklahoma. They won a few championships with that style. And Sermon picks up a nice gain. Another look at that block here.
Let's go back to this. Mac Wilson's a physical linebacker, and boom, he hits him low, too. Hits him low, right, the shoulder right into the chest. Clean hit.
Lamb, he's the physical blocking receiver, also a great speedy playmaker.
Yeah.
7 on the option play. Now it's Sermon trying to get to the edge. Tide stringing out. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds by Fedarian Mathis, who's backing up Williams, who's, again, on the sidelines.
Well, I thought Trey Sermon would have just lowered his shoulder there near the end of the play and just tried to get to that first down. Instead, he's kind of dancing. And you know, you had Marquise Brown out there blocking. And if he just would have just continued around the corner and just lowered his shoulder, I think he picks up that first down with ease.
You got 2 plays to get 2 yards here. It's 3rd down. Have not yet converted on 3rd.
Got to account for Murray's legs here on 3rd and short.
Slant batted straight up in the air. Dangerous play, falls to the turf, but it was Jennings getting that long arm of the football.
Now, he's done that all year. That's his 10th of the year, where he can't always get to you, but he's going to do a good job of getting his hands up and timing it up. Keep in mind, Murray, they list him at 5'10", but there's no way he's 5'10". And these are big, tall defensive linemen with a big wingspan, and Jennings times it up, knocks it down. Now we got 4th down.
Pocket. Murray flings it far side. It's a back shoulder fade, and Lamb makes the catch as they convert to the 14.
They go after the true freshman. Lamb, he just had that great block, and Marquise Brown gets a lot of attention. I think Lamb's their most complete receiver. Really has grown up here in his 2nd year for the Sooners.
High tempo Sermon barrels ahead. This is more like it. This is what Oklahoma has looked like throughout the season on offense.
Yeah, that counter play where they're able to follow the left guard and left tackle. Sermon has good patience there. He's healthy now. He's had an ankle a lot of this year. It's good to see him healthy. You're right. This is the kind of Oklahoma attack. And I love the guts there on 4th down. Instead of just looking for a short throw, they go downfield.
Murray took a look downfield, now tries to make something happen with his legs. Cannot get the corner. Well played over there by Savion Smith.
Yeah, Savion Smith just making sure to use the sideline as his friend. Did you get out there against Kyler Murray in space? And I know it's Alabama, but still, it is tough to bring him down one-on-one. And that time, Smith did a nice job of using the sideline to his advantage.
And finally, Kirk, with some first downs, the Sooners able to test the stamina of the Tide defense with some tempo. Subs on both sides. It's 3rd and 5.
Well, Calcaterra is a good weapon right here in this area.
Slot left, looking that way, throws for it in the end zone. It was behind him. He's made some tough one-handed catches. He did the one that sealed it against Texas. Couldn't make that one. 4th down.
No, he was covered by McKinney. Came from the inside, and because he's coming in from the inside, Murray recognizes that, tries to throw him open to the outside, but Calcaterra unable to adjust on the move there, and they miss it.
26-yard field goal. Do you agree with Riley's decision not to go on 4th and 5? The chip shot for Seibert, who has 490 career points. And with that, Boot gets within one of equaling the all-time scoring record for kickers. The lead cut to 18 now, midway second.
Capital One Saver Card. Earn 4% cash back on dining and 4% on entertainment. Now when you go out, you cash in. What's in your wallet?
As soon as Mr. Steve walks in, it's like a ray of sunshine has entered our restaurant.
Sure is nice to hear.
For his 100th birthday, we wanted to do it as big as possible.
That was someday, I'll tell you.
Customers came in, brought gifts and cards.
When I walked in and they all clapped, that was quite a surprise to me.
It's a really warm feeling in your heart to know that your father's got other people looking out for him.
We decided to give him free Chick-fil-A for life.
One of my main reasons I want to live forever.
I think you got it in you.
Not long ago, Rhonda started here. And then more jobs began to appear. These techs in a lab, this builder in a hard hat, the welders and electricians who do all of that. The diner staffed up because they all needed lunch. Teachers, doctors, jobs grew a bunch. What started with one job spread all around because each job in energy creates many more in this town. Energy lives here.
This case. That's all I can think of.
You think you'll find those children?
We got hope. Found this spot they played in the woods.
A lot of people around this thing are dead. Vanished.
It was just a case when I brought it. I didn't know it'd be my last.
Yeah? I switched to Geico and got more. More savings on car insurance. They helped with homeowners, too. Okay. Plus, motorcycle, boat, and RV insurance. Geico's got you covered. Like a blanket.
Houston, you seeing this?
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Our score 28-10, Alabama. 10 straight points for the Sooners. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear from the end zone to the uprights. Nothing comes between hard work and a goal. Goodyear, more driven. So Seibert's automatic for the 3, Kirk. 4th and 5 against this D is iffy, but you know, if you're playing the long game, the odds of coming back in this game, touchdown, field goal, massive difference there.
Well, under normal circumstances, you would say, take the field goal, get the points. But against this Alabama offense and the way they can score, when you have a chance down close like that, it would make sense to try to get the touchdown. We'll see if it ends up paying off for them. At least they got the 3 points.
Got to stop the last time after the one rewarding performance. Just a tremendous start for this Tide offense. Everything they tried worked.
Yeah, everything. It's been a very balanced attack. Tua's had an incredible first half. All the talk about his ankle and how he would hold up. He's been great. 10 of 12, 184 yards, couple touchdowns, spreading the ball around. It's a heck of a catch and run after the catch by the running back Josh Jacobs. Was right over top of a safety and into the end zone, right over Robert Barnes. Remember, last time out, Oklahoma had a 3 and out.
Jacobs runs left. Laura Rutledge.
Well, Chris, after Oklahoma finally did get a stop, their entire mannerisms changed on the sideline. They were pumped up. They were excited. Before that, exhausted and on their heels. The message has been, don't look at the scoreboard. Just continue to play like this and get one stop at a time. They are, of course, without their starting safety, Robert Barnes, who's dealing with a right hamstring injury.
And replaced by Patrick Fields, a freshman, number 10. Jacobs at a crease and barrels out for a first down across the 35.
Yeah, another nice move there. by Josh Jacobs. You got two tight ends right now in for Alabama. They've been spreading them out with receivers. Got a feeling that Mike Locksley right now, based on the way this game is, the ebb and flow of it, look at the clock. Would be a great thing for this offense to do is get physical and try to eat a little bit of this clock and have a nice long drive.
The feed not hand of the inspired man tonight. Jacobs just makes Arnell Motley whiff in space.
Yeah, there's two things there that you like to see. Number one, the effort and the block here by Devontae Smith coming from the left on a crack block right there on Trey Norwood, and then the shake. I mean, that's a video game shake there. Keep talking about Josh Jacobs and how much we like him. That's Motley trying to come up with a tackle, and instead he almost has to come up with a slide kick in soccer. Slide tackle.
A smile from Jacobs after that run. That felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Second and 3. He's got it again. Quick penetration, and Jacobs picks his way. A flag comes out.
That's a hold.
Jacobs goes to the 44, and now there's a scuffle. Caleb Kelly ended up on top of Henches, the tight end.
Yeah, well, there's a hold by the right tackle, Wills, that'll bring this back.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
I don't know what he was thinking. He just grabbed an Oklahoma defensive lineman, I think it was Gallimore, and just threw him.
Saban was lobbying, by the way, for a personal foul, Kirk, after the play on Kelly. Here's the penalty.
Watch this, just throwing him to the ground.
You see off the left of your picture, 84 and 19 wrestling. No call on that one. It's the first penalty on Bama.
Nick Saban should be hot after that because, like I said, he's making some notes. They wanted to go two tight ends to get physical and kind of control the end of this first half.
Second and 13. Play action. Slant at a fingertip catch made by Smith. He's a yard short of the marker at the 45.
Yeah, they went back to the run pass option. Linebackers bid up. You see one of them right there, Bolton. And again, when he sees those linebackers, he's got the option to either hand it off, or if the linebackers come up, he pulls the ball out and throws that quick slant. And a good effort there by Smith to extend and come up with that catch to set up this third down and short.
Bama offense just making every play that you can make. Jacobs now in Wildcat as Tua is shifted out way to the right. High snap, and the Oklahoma native barrels forward, another first down into OU territory.
You know it's coming, and you still can't stop it. And now they can get back to being able to just run that football. Right tackle that time, Wills makes a great block the entire right side, and the tight end, Henches, gets up to the second level and makes a nice block on Kenneth Murray.
Sooners had some backup defensive linemen in the game. Now they shuttle the starters back in. Jacobs and Najee Harris flanking Tagovailoa. And on the play action, Waddle makes the catch in space. It's another first down. It went after Fields, the freshman. Barnes' replacement that time.
Everybody talks this year about Tua and this offense and how great Tua is. The difference in Alabama this year is what's around Tua. A big, strong offensive line, NFL quality running backs, and 4 deep at wide receiver. It's the best group of receivers that Nick Saban's had since he's been at Tuscaloosa, throwing Irv Smith at tight end. They needed a distributor, and that's what they got in Tua.
On the blitz, they flip it in the flat, and Jacobs just tries to hurdle a Sooner, ends up getting carried out of bounds as Trey Brown said, "No, you're not jumping all the way over me." Jacobs is feeling it.
Now, Trey Brown is from that same Tulsa area that Josh Jacobs is from. You're right. He goes up trying to get to that first down marker. Very content. You don't feel any urgency at all right now from Tua as the clock works down underneath 3.5 minutes.
Short one, and just in front of Trey Brown. Judy able to grab it, and they move the sticks again. 14 for 16 is Tua right now.
He's in a groove. I don't think if you're Bama, you want to give Kyler Murray much time to work with. Some methodical drive. Just work their way down the field. So far, 8 plays, 51 yards in 4 minutes. chew up as much clock as they can.
Pre-snap chess match. Sooners showed pressure. Think of how it changes things. It's a run left. Najee Harris is going to be corralled by Kenneth Murray, top tackler on this defense.
And what he saw there was the Oklahoma defense overloaded to the right-hand side. Look at all these jerseys. And he sees that. He moves Najee Harris and runs that zone play instead of to the right where all the white jerseys are. Just simply makes that check. But by taking his time, kind of having a dummy check at the line, he's able to read that, get his offense, and get his running back in the right position.
Again, in the flat, Harris tries to hurdle another Sooner, knocked down by Fields right at the marker, just inside the 10. Spotted just short, so it's third down. You're right, this is a totally different tempo.
Yeah, you're just working. You knew when this drive started, you knew what they were going to try to do, and they're close to 6 minutes that they've eaten up on this drive.
We talked to Saban about this. Do you throttle back, trying to keep the ball away from Murray, or do what you've done all year? He's elected to do what he's done all year until now.
Yeah, this drive, he knew it.
Jacobs again.
Lincoln Riley comes down and calls another timeout.
You know, once again, Tagovailoa split out wide left with Jacobs in position to receive the Wildcat snap. 309 yards from this Alabama offense. They got 50 on the opening play to Devontae Smith. They can sprint right past you, but they can still smash you too, and that's what we've seen on this drive.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this offense just so good. Most of the attention of this offense goes towards Tua, the wide receivers, how they spread you out. But I think because they can still be old school Nick Saban, that I think probably scared Oklahoma as much as anything, is if they just decide to go into two tight end set and get physical, what do you do to stop that? Other than trying to put 8 or 9 guys at the line of scrimmage, and now you're susceptible to the deep ball and one-on-one coverage.
And for a minute there, Oklahoma was threatening to cut the lead to 14, had to settle for 3, or chose to settle for 3. And Alabama has clearly regained firm control of this. 3rd and 1 after the timeout. Tagovailoa back in the quarterback position with Jacobs to his right. They don't need much, maybe a foot. And now they shift and a false start. So as
offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Those Wills again. He tried to get a little cute in 3rd and very short. Saban will take another note. We've seen this over the years. It doesn't matter the score. This is something he'll file away for halftime or next week, perhaps.
Yeah, he's got a few things they got to fix before they get ready for the second half.
9 points more per game than any Saban offense at Alabama or any Alabama offense in history. This group.
Been seeing a lot of run-pass options with a quick slant. Reading those linebackers who look like they're coming.
On 3rd and 6. Saban runs down and calls a timeout. The play clock was at 1. He noticed it. So the execution, not what he would hope for at the end of this long march. You mentioned Oklahoma will get the football to begin the 3rd quarter after deferring. He says, we needed that much, Wills, before you penalty. Well, coming up, stay tuned for the Indeed halftime report. You got Reese Davis, Desmond Howard, David Pollock, buddies from Game Day on the field. They'll highlight some of that Goodyear Cotton Bowl dominant performance by Clemson and all the other games. It's the Big Ten doing so far in the bowl. Michigan today hammered by Florida.
Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't get that final at Purdue. With Purdue ended up losing to Auburn.
They're still playing? They're still scoring?
That was bad. I think Wisconsin won, and Minnesota.
Wisconsin hammered the Canes. Pinstripe Bowl.
Yep.
3rd and 5 here. Judy in motion. Tua Over the middle, delivers, strike, Smith battling, stretching, and scoring. There is a flag down on the far side of the field, so hold it. Irv Smith, junior from New Orleans. If it stands, it'd be his 8th touchdown.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 74 was not lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, boy.
5-yard penalty.
Take out the notepad, because Wills is in the doghouse even deeper now, Kirk.
Boy, yep, you got it. He's got the pen out. Boy, 74's going to have a long halftime.
You wonder, Nick, of course, can remember these things, but just to make sure he takes notes.
Yeah, he does. Looking over at the right tackle. I don't know. I think Oklahoma may catch a break. The design of the play, they went right after the true freshman safety, Patrick Fields, who's in for Robert Barnes.
It was 3rd and a foot, or less than that. Now it's 3rd and 10. And Tua steps up. He's got room to run, escapes, hit. Doesn't matter. He's knocked down just short. It'll be 4th down, back where they were a couple of plays ago.
Yeah, there's the ankle. Everybody wanted to see how his ankle is. And when he's healthy, you have to account for him on 3rd down if you're so worried about the receivers. But that time's the first time tonight we've seen him take off, and he did a very good job of coming very close to picking up that 1st down. But no, Oklahoma brought the blitz. Nobody left to pick up Tua.
Sooners haven't stopped anybody on 4th and 1 all season. Jacobs again in Wildcat formation, and they're getting cute down here. That was another false start. Damian Harris was lined up to the right side, and Saban just threw the card down that time.
Well, he's clapping his hands, trying to get the ball snapped, and I think Damian Harris was anticipating that the ball was going to be snapped.
Need a new headset, Coach. That one got broken. It's in a couple of different pieces. Now it's 4th down now, and it's going to be 5. And you don't have to lip read very skillfully to know that he's not very pleased. All these different formations, these different shifts and different looks, he probably could have done 1,000 simple things. He got the 3rd down and a foot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you had the running back in. The plays worked all night, but he's clapping and waiting for the snap to come in.
False start. Offense. Number 34. Oklahoma has declined the 10-second runoff option. 4th down. Game clock will start on the snap. On the ready.
Yeah, of course they want as much time.
Right here, he gets in. He's kind of anticipating. See him on his toes. He finally just loses his balance, and Nick Saban's like, "Oh man!"
Look at that. Watch the headset. Boom. You do that with a football, it costs you 15 yards. How expensive those things are, but they're going to need a replacement. So now, after all that, there's 3 penalties. It's Bulovas out to attempt a field goal from 38. Nick's mood will not improve if this one slides outside the uprights. It was close. They come away with 3. But I don't think that's going to calm Saban down too much.
But 12 plays, over 7 minutes on the drive, and now they leave Kyler Murray with 25 seconds left.
And a long walk from Mr. Wills to the sideline. Well, the College Football Playoff National Championship weekend in the Bay Area going to be the place to be, whether your favorite team is in it or not. Learn about all the events and festivities. Plan for the championship campus at collegefootballplayoff.com. Don't miss out on the biggest weekend in college football. No words needed. You know, he understands that Oklahoma's offense is explosive, and even though your defense has been pretty dominant, no lead feels safe, and that was just a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, they had it at 3rd and short, that's 6 inches. That's why he's frustrated. They left points on the board there.
That just changed the tenor of the halftime talk in the Alabama locker room, that last sequence.
Yeah. And again, Oklahoma will get the ball to start the second half.
Bulovas boots it, and a fair catch made by T.J. Pledger. So 25 seconds. And got big playmakers. You feel Alabama's going to drop way back and try to deny Murray a chance.
Look at that, only 140 yards of total offense.
22 fewer than any half all season long.
With that being said, I think the last 2 or 3 drives have been better for Oklahoma than the way this game started, where they were just shell-shocked by Bama on both sides of the ball.
Couldn't be worse than the way it started.
Yeah.
See if Murray has enough time to take a downfield shot. Tide rush 4, but they flush him. Now he's just going to flip it short to Meyer, and he picks up about 7.
Boy, Quinnen Williams, his first step is just legendary in the middle of that defensive line. They don't have to even pressure. They don't have to bring the blitz. Quinnen Williams, watch him on this play. He's off just to the left of the center. Right here.
He brought a pinky injury into the game, and Maria Portsy just had that re-tape. Pinky's not going to keep him out of this one. In the flat, Brooks is a good receiver, able to get to the 41, but that uses 6 seconds and leaves just 12.
You know, watching this game, one of the parts of the plan, I think, for Oklahoma was to wear down the Alabama athletic defense. And the way you do that, you got to stay on the field. You got to get first downs. You got to, you know, look at the plays right now. They only have 28 plays run.
They need about 25 yards to be in reasonable field goal range for Seibert, and Murray escapes and crosses midfield, but leaves just 4 seconds on the clock. Leaves time only now for a Hail Mary. Very rough start for Kyler. He's 6 of 13. As a runner, 23 yards net. He's been sacked a couple times, in fact, twice in that opening possession. 3 receivers out to the right. Sermon in the backfield, Tide rush 3, and they still flush him out. And he's not going to even be able to make a downfield throw. Still dangerous out here, but as time expires in a dominant first half for Oklahoma, Murray comes up short. A 21-point lead for the defending champions and top playoff seeds as they scored in their first 4 possessions. Let's hear from Lincoln Riley and Laura.
All right, thanks, Chris. Coach, your defense started to gain some traction, and you get the ball to start the second half. How can you continue to get back in this one?
Yeah, we've settled in and started playing much better now. We're moving in on offense. We've had a couple stops there defensively. It just obviously took us too long to settle, but we've got firepower, and we can make a comeback here. We got to go play our ball, though.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Maria with Coach Saban.
All right, Coach, you certainly started the game fast. What did you see on that last offensive possession, though, with those few penalties you had?
Our last offensive possession, we got 3 penalties. We killed ourselves. We had the ball at the 1-yard line. We could have scored a touchdown. So, you know, we got to keep playing. When you're playing against a team like this, there is no scoreboard. You got to play for 60 minutes, and you got to keep playing because they can score fast.
Oklahoma gets the ball coming out of halftime. What do you need to see from your defense to start out the second?
Well, we started out playing well early, but, you know, they've been moving the ball on us, so we're going to have to make some adjustments for the second half.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And the philosophy is there's no scoreboard, but the reality is the scoreboard says 31-10, Crimson Tide at the break. End of the first half. Stay tuned for a look at last night's Capital One Beach Pass. Dave Matthews Band, we're on South Beach. The Indeed halftime report is right after these messages.
Fragrance. You've not all.
When a nasty cold won't let you sleep, try new NyQuil Severe with Vicks VapoCool and vaporize it. New NyQuil Severe with Vicks VapoCool. The vaporizing, nighttime coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine.
I need assistance. Can only move my neck.
How much does it pay? Hell yeah! You rich and you available. You can have any girl you want. What about this lady with all the Botox? You can't move your body. She can't move her face. The Upside. Rated PG-13. Life happens everywhere. Like it never even happened, only happens here. The cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO and ServPro.com.
What's the difference between good and great? Good tries to get it right every time. Great actually does. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you always get exactly the look you want. Great clips. It's going to be great.
Shield annuities from Bright House Financial allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities with a level of protection in down markets, so you can be less concerned about your retirement savings. Talk with your advisor about Shield annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
When I book at Hilton.com, I get to select my room from the floor plan, free Wi-Fi, and the price match guarantee.
So with Hilton, there is no catch.
Yeah, the only catch is I'm never leaving. No, I'm serious. I live here now. Book at Hilton.com and get the Hilton price match guarantee.
Here, it's nature's dress code and a winter's wardrobe. There are lots of ways to wear Sunday's best, but here, there's only one color. Green. At the Masters.
Everyone has been exposed.
Can you hear me? She's in full respiratory failure.
Where?
She's bleeding out.
No! The Good Doctor returns Monday, January 14th on ABC.
Are you hungry? Are you hungry for victory? What does victory taste like? What does victory taste like? It tastes like me! Because Outback is giving away free bloomin' onions if the SEC wins the Outback Bowl!
And coconut shrimp for everyone if the Big Ten wins!
Outback Steakhouse, Aussie rules.
I told you a secret. We love that bitter sweetness. Talk about. Oh, so sweet like harmony.
How do we get out of here? Every room hides a clue.
It's Fahrenheit 451.
Every player has a secret.
They knew everything about us.
They're watching us. They're watching us.
Escape Room, rated PG-13. Welcome to the Indeed Halftime Report.
Alabama came out on fire. Damian Harris scored a couple of touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa threw for a couple. 31-10. Halftime of the Capital One Orange Bowl. Oklahoma will get the ball to start the second half. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Desmond Howard. And if there was any question about Tua Tagovailoa, he was brilliant in the first half, Des.
He really was. The first play of the first two drives were passes, and they were dimes. I think they wanted to send a message to Oklahoma's defense. Our number 13 is okay. And then they just established the running game after that. Complete domination, physical domination, and in my opinion, David, athletic superiority.
Yeah, but if Oklahoma can score on the first possession, there's a chance still. I mean, I think that they weathered the storm a little bit, and you could tell they got their feet underneath them, and they played a lot better, obviously, in the second quarter, but they got punched in the face, and they did not know how to respond early, but the second quarter was a little bit better.
Yes, nation's highest scoring offense and most efficient offense held to a season low in points and yards, just 10 points in the first half, but Oklahoma gets it first. Can they mount a rally against the Crimson Tide? Still to come, we're going to have the Dave Matthews Band performing their hit song, Why I Am, last night from the Capital One Beach Bash, and we'll also look back at the first college football playoff semifinal back at AT&T Stadium, where Clemson has advanced to the national championship game.
The Indeed Halftime Report is brought to you by Indeed, official job site partner of the NCAA. Welcome to the Chipotle Free Delivery Bowl. But don't just watch the bowl. Order the bowl. Get free delivery on the bowl. Then eat that delicious bowl. Order now and get free delivery for a limited time.
Everybody all set? Oh, any recommendations?
The salmon roll's okay. Just okay.
Is it fresh?
Sort of. The chef had it this morning. Unfortunately, he went home sick, but he left instructions with Kyle.
This fish is raw.
Do we need a minute?
Yes.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G, more for your thing. That's our thing.
We could go down this water pond. What do you think?
It's good. It's refreshing.
At Northwestern Mutual, this is what our version of financial planning looks like. Tomorrow's important, but she's only 7 once. Spend your life living. Find an advisor at northwesternmutual.com.
When your workout ends, ours begins. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Alabama Athletics.
I put a spell on you.
Fiesta Bowl. It's a duel in the desert as the Knights look to once again cap off another perfect season against Tigers from the SEC. LSU, UCF, New Year's Day at 1 on ESPN.
It's like it knows our every move.
Weird, right?
Emmett!
What? Aliens took Lucy and the others.
Everyone suit up!
You almost forgot me, guys. I'm literally a lantern. How did you miss me?
Eat it and weep. You're welcome.
The Lego Movie 2. This film is not yet rated. You can experience it in IMAX.
The Goodyear blimp doesn't show up for just anybody. So don't be just anybody. Be blimp-worthy. Goodyear, more driven.
Remember that degree you got in taxation? Of course you don't, because you didn't. Your job isn't doing hard work. It's making them do hard work and getting paid for it.
Snap and sort your expenses to save over $4,600 at tax time. QuickBooks, backing you.
You're watching the Indeed Halftime Report.
Alongside Jesse Palmer, Joey Galloway, I'm Adnan Burke. Notre Dame and Clemson in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Trevor Lawrence to Justin Ross.
You're going to hear this for years to come. True freshman to true freshman. All 3 of Trevor Lawrence's touchdown passes were thrown to the right side of the field.
And then Lawrence to T. Higgins with a spectacular catch.
T. Higgins dropped a touchdown earlier in this game, but he makes up for it with the play of the game. Watch the concentration. He's 6'4". He goes up high points the ball, and then pulls it in, gets 1 foot down, one-handed catch.
And it felt like a backbreaker right at the end of the half. Then in the third, Ian Book picked off by Nolan Turner.
Clemson was playing without Dexter Lawrence at D tackle. Didn't matter. They were able to harass Ian Book all game long and also force 2 turnovers.
Yeah, pardon the interception. And then Travis Etienne, 62 yards to the house.
Final nail in the coffin. Etienne gets over 100 yards. Started off slow, but closed the door on Notre Dame.
Clemson bringing the hammer down on Notre Dame, reaching the college football national title game for the 3rd time. Dabo Swinney and company celebrating. Notre Dame falls to 0-6 all-time in BCS New Year's 6 games. An awfully big disappointment for the Fighting Irish. Joe, are you surprised this game was that lopsided?
Well, I'm surprised at the defense of Clemson. I mean, we talked about Dexter Lawrence being out of this game. We knew they were still good. But to hold Notre Dame to 3 points, which was given up in the first quarter, to create a couple turnovers in this game, the key was they held Notre Dame to 88 yards rushing. And if Notre Dame can't rush it, then Clemson wins this football game. Interesting to see what they do in the next game.
I continue to be impressed, guys, with the true freshman Trevor Lawrence. People were wondering how he was going to be able to handle this environment. He looked like a 50-year senior. Poise, confidence, made Notre Dame pay for not blitzing him. So 2 things you know are going to happen looking ahead to the national championship game. He's going to get blitzed a whole lot more. But 2, Clemson's going to come out throwing to win. They're going to be aggressive. That speaks volumes for their confidence in their young true freshman signal call.
Trevor Lawrence, a star is born when it comes to the college football playoff as Clemson now trying to become the first major college football team to win 15 games in a season since Penn in 1897. Resounding victory at AT&T Stadium.
You've lost people. I've been there.
Gonna stand my ground.
There is no version of this job that doesn't require risk.
And I won't back down.
Not if you want to do something that matters. I believe you can make a difference. I know you do.
Jack Ryan on Prime Video is included with your Amazon Prime membership.
Surprise! It's your MVC bike.
What's MVC?
Most valuable client.
I'm your only client.
I'm your only agent.
No, you're not. No worries. We have great rates on motorcycles.
Oh, well, that's too bad because I was going to trade this in for a boat.
We cover that too.
Hop on, Aaron. Sorry, State Farm, no third wheels. This isn't a tricycle. Jan? Yeah. Feels so light.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
And if you have a minute, why don't we go? So why don't we go somewhere only we know?
Sugar Bowl. Storied programs collide as the Longhorns and Bulldogs chase sweet victory in the Big Easy. Texas, Georgia, New Year's Day at 8:45 on ESPN. Halftime Report is brought to you by Indeed, official job site partner of the NCAA.
Welcome back. The Hard Rock Stadium, Alabama up on Oklahoma 31-10 at the half. Last night at the Capital One Beach Bash, the Dave Matthews Band performed their hit song, Why I Am.
The king of men, it makes no sense. So I bow to the priest, but I worship the witch. And it's why I am always the one to make you smile. Why I am a snake in your woodpile. Why I am still here dancing with the Groove Rocks King. Coffee.
21-10 at the half. Under Nick Saban, Alabama is 105-1.
Wow.
Taking a 21-point lead at any point in the game. The loss against the Heisman Trophy winner Cam Newton in 2010 in the comeback game. And in that game, Newton threw a long touchdown pass early in the second half. What does Oklahoma need to do with this opening possession to score?
The Heisman Trophy needs to be the Heisman Trophy winner. He needs to throw the ball. CeeDee Lamb, you've seen him down the field against Sertan, true freshman. That matchup, you have to win. There's no secret, dude. They got to get stops, but they got to score points. And the first possession, if they don't score a touchdown, this one's over.
Kyler Murray has too much athleticism to be a pocket passer. They need to start to roll him out on the edges, let him use his God-given abilities to make run-pass options, and then he can stress that part of the field, that part of the defense, and I think that will help them. And when he is a pocket passer, go to the quick game. Tunnel screens, reverses, jet sweeps, things of that nature to stress the perimeter.
Then can he play corner? Maybe? Possibly?
Tua has thrown 2 incomplete passes and 2 touchdowns. Clemson awaits the winner. Does Oklahoma have a rally in them? They were the victim of a rally a year ago. Second half on the other side.
It takes a few seconds, so I'll switch this one on. And we'll just say, Mummy talks. Alex? 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 Hello, you.
This is a miracle rescue. That all 13 members of the soccer team are out of the cave.
He turns into a superhero, set on feeding as many homeless people as possible.
This election, we've seen historic voter turnout.
An all-Asian cast, there's nothing more empowering. Right up into it.
Difficult life may seem, while there's life, there is hope.
Kids have the dream, they just want to know that someone cares.
We got love for you. It's only right. We got to stick together.
They can, you know, who love their kids and would like to live their lives with a little dignity and hope, just like everybody else.
I killed someone. A rookie split-second decision. If I can't get past this, could cost him his life.
I don't got it, brother, no more. You killed him.
The Rookie returns Tuesday, January 8th on ABC.
The Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual. A return to tradition in Pasadena as the Pac-12 champion Huskies battle the Big Ten champion Buckeyes in the granddaddy of them all. Washington, Ohio State, New Year's Day at 5 on ESPN.
Fender biter. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When your hands are busy, you show everyone what you're capable of. The all-new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year.
Welcome to the escape room.
The 8-ball. It's missing.
Got it.
They knew everything about us.
Escape room, rated PG-13.
UFC fans, this is the moment you truly are
Crimson Tide and the Big 12 champion Oklahoma Sooners. A Crimson collision. Barrels in. Tide draw first blood. Deep in the end zone. Touchdown! What a catch! The Tide pouring it on in Miami. Set for the second half in Miami. College football playoff semifinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl. 21-point lead for the defending champs and the top seeds from Alabama. Sooners get the football first. But that man, Tua Tagovailoa, 15 of 17, almost flawless in the first half. And Kyler Murray, Kirk, in what could very well be his final night in a football uniform, will try to create some magic. This feels like must-score mode in the first possession of the third quarter.
They won that coin toss deferred. Game got away from them early. Now they've been able to chip away. You're down by 3 touchdowns. If you're an Oklahoma fan, you're thinking, all right, Kyler Murray's been here. They've been down. They need a touchdown here. I'm with you. This is the way Lincoln Riley talked to his team at halftime. Guys, we're going to get the ball. We got to go right down the field, and we need points on the board to get this back to a 2-possession game.
Riley was upbeat with Laura, and you would assume with his team, talking up the comeback chances. And let's begin with a touchback. Tonight's AT&T giving their best, Kurt.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Tua in the offense. Let's talk about this defense. Quentin Williams, just a dominant force all year, using his quickness against the run, also affecting Kyler Murray and his accuracy, making him step up. And even though he didn't get the sack, he still affected that throw. And, of course, against the run, he's a dominant force. And then coming over to the sideline and getting that oxygen. But keep an eye on him, even live, in the middle of the defensive line against a freshman center who's a great player, and Creed Humphrey.
The tone was set early by the Tide defense. 2 sacks in the Sooners' first possession tonight. Play clock running down. Got to hurry. Right away.
No, he didn't get it off.
The first play of the half, and Murray took too much time with those pre-snap adjustments. Not himself tonight.
No, he saw a too high safety look. Both the safeties back. He tried to check to a run because the safeties were back and just could not quite get the call.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Laura?
Well, Chris, Lincoln Riley's halftime talk was pretty casual and calm because he said they just need to repeat what they did in the second quarter. That was his message to Kyler Murray. He said they will do some more tempo, want to get this sped up as much as possible to really get Alabama's defense on their heels. When Oklahoma came out of the locker room, they were intense and focused, guys.
Got to speed it up before the snap on the very first play. Makes it 1st and 15. Now Murray sprinting out. He's chased by Moses, and now a flag comes in after he got rid of it.
It grabbed. It looked like Dylan Moses actually had a horse collar, possibly.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense, number 32, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And Oklahoma catches a break. Nick Saban not happy about that. Moses trying to chase him down. Yeah, he just grabs the back of the jersey and brings him down. Referee right there. And that's a mental error by Dylan Moses and his Alabama defense. They had him backed up after the penalty, an incomplete pass, and now they pick up the first down because of the penalty.
And Saban's so hot about those 3 offensive penalties in the final possession of the half. His move will not improve with that one. Ball to 35. Murray chase and flips it back, and wide open is Meyer. Gets a block. Carson Meyer lowers his shoulder, and a flag comes in as he's tackled at the 45. And there's still some pushing and shoving. This is a chippy game.
Yeah, I think this one's going to come back, a block in the back. And the running back downfield, Kennedy
Illegal
Brooks.
block in the back, number 26, offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
This play was already defined. He's already downfield, and Kennedy Brooks, now he makes the mistake trying to block Mac Wilson. You see, he already had 8 or 9 yards picked up on the play.
After the play, Drew Samia, the offensive lineman, got into it with Deontay Thompson. It's the O-line for Oklahoma, known as a nasty bunch. It has been chippy between that group and the Tide defenders. Once again, 1st and 15. He's got to hurry. Snap it at 2. It's a keeper. Murray shows the explosiveness. It didn't look like a lot, Kirk, but he got 7 yards.
Yeah, he does look a little hesitant. I think it's because of the defense and the way they're leveraging. You know, Marquise Brown, all the talk about how effective he could he be out here playing number 5? He is right now does not have a catch in this game.
There's a drop on a short pass. Murray from the pocket flips it high for Brown. They try to get it to him. That one's on the quarterback.
Yeah, he had him open. Did a nice job of sitting down. You see he's communicating. Kind of sat down in the soft spot of the zone, but Kyler Murray's trying to run for his life. You see, he was pointing into the middle. I was trying to work to the middle of the field, and Murray wanted him to settle right there where he could have picked up some yardage. But he is hobbling out there. I'm watching him run his routes. He does not look the way he looked early in the game.
In this urgent possession, it's 3rd and 8, and now the Tide come across where they drawn.
Ball start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty.